This home completes a circle of life for Debbie and Grant Alexander. His grandparents owned a celebrated tea room in Bloberg until the late 60s. The tea room's long gone, but now the Alexanders have returned.
Hi, Vinay.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Well, thanks, and you?
This is absolutely stunning.
Thank you. Come on in. Meet the tea.
Hi, guys. Lovely to meet you. Grant and Debbie, now I see why you guys chose this particular property. I understand you're both big lovers of water sports.
Yes, we love the outdoors, and that was very important in our choice of this particular property. You can come home from work, grab his boards, run off to the beach.
Grant, have you always been into kite surfing?
Well, I've been surfing my whole life, and I've taken to all sorts of water sports. So I do kiteboarding, stand-up paddleboarding, the normal surfing, but mainly stand-up paddleboarding these days.
And sometimes Grant leaves work early to have a board meeting out here.
I love that. Daryl, this is a very intelligent use of space and what looks like a very compact property.
Well, actually, it's only on 370 square meters. And what is really special about the site is that you have that incredible view. And you've got to enjoy that view from every space. As far as the courtyard goes, or whether you're in the living area or the dining area, these are an interflow of spaces that we think has been really successful.
I have to say, it's very refreshing to see that this isn't your typical beach house interior.
Penang, definitely not your typical beach house interior. I would describe it more as contemporary beach house with a touch of the eclectic and a bit of scope.
And Corey, do you remember in our initial brief from Debbie and Grant, they wanted natural, but with that little bit of funky, which I think we brought into this interior.
Well, you guys did a stellar job, but that view is calling me. I would love to see what the home looks like from the outside.
And how is that?
I mean, the sun and wind here are pretty hectic, Daryl. How do you protect a beachfront property with your designs?
Having the full expanse of the view was important to us. But of course, when that wind comes up, whether the weather changes, one needs to be able to close up. And by doing what we've done, where we allow the shutters and the glass sliders to tuck away into recesses, we create that closed-off effect. And of course, when the weather turns and it becomes pleasant, they can all open up again. So we've got that flexibility that we think has been very successful.
Daryl Kroom has been masterful in ensuring not an inch of space was lost.
What is pivotal to the house layout is the central courtyard. This allows for a place of refuge if the wind picks up in the afternoon, or that late afternoon sun that's heading down. You can have the shutters close off, but still you're in a space that is served by the living areas, by the dining areas and the lounge, and it feels special. You've got a pond, and you've got the driftwood flooring, as we call it, the timber decking, which leads onto the timber flooring of the lounge and allows it all to work together.
Yes, this is a super space, and Daryl's done an amazing job with this quad. It allows light into the area, into the different rooms, but also the really key thing is that this quad has been built around this table, because this table has in fact traveled with us from our previous homes, and we wanted to keep it in the family because it's been a really special space for us.
But how did you get it to look so beautiful?
Well, it was a dark oak, and to fit in with the theme of the home, we've had to do something, and what we did was to do a white stain, and then we've allowed it to weather in this West Coast sun, and I think it's done well.
Sometimes you gotta let nature do its thing.
Having seen the family's previous home, Corey and Sean found a touchstone for the new house.
This piece we found in Venice, and when we saw it, we just knew that it had to be part of this home.
Fantastic. So this is where the design process started.
Absolutely.
Most certainly. We certainly took the colours from this vessel. We were very excited when we opened the box the first time and saw all the colours from the ocean in here. And then when we turned it around, we found this bit of red in there, which at the time seemed a little bit problematic. However, the moment Sean and I saw this fabric, we knew that we had solved our problem.
So we then took the inspiration into the collection of coffee tables that we have here, and then we also incorporated natural elements like the whalebone that is naturally certified. So we did this collection that is a more contemporary beach style.
The great oak treads of the staircase are made to feel weightless and almost spring you onto the first floor, where Debbie can pretty much watch her husband kite surfing without getting up, or even whilst taking a bath.
Stunning.
It is stunning.
Wow!
And how's this bath? I absolutely love it. I tried all the baths out there, and this was definitely the best fit for me. And then the other spot that I really enjoy is the space out here. It's private, good place to meditate, do yoga, just have my own space. But the best is this little space over here.
Wow!
Now this bit of furniture you can't move, but it's the best spot in the house.
Oh, the sun is rather harsh. Debbie.
I'm sure we can do something about that.
Ah,
How's that?
moving in here. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
At first, Debbie wasn't that sold on the area. Only after a year checking out shops, restaurants, walks and salons did she say okay, much to the relief of her kids.
Oh, the rest of the family. It's Keaton and Lane.
Lovely to meet you guys. I see we have a permanent holiday home thanks to Mom and Dad.
Yes, we do. Absolutely love it. It's our beach house, spending time with our folks, whipping out, going for runs on the beach, sun tanning. Absolutely love it.
Well, the best part is actually when my parents are away and we can bring our friends down here for a braai and take them down to the beach.
It's wonderful being able to spend time with our children here. I was actually born in Blouberg. We went to the suburbs, we made a full circle, and we're back, and it's really fantastic being able to share the space with them.
I can see you're preparing to hit the water.
No, definitely. We're about to go down to Small Bay. The whole family is going to get together and we were wondering if you could join us.
Let's do it.
When Keaton isn't being a marketing manager and Lane a 6th-year medical student at UCT, there's a good chance this is what they'll be doing. First-timer Bonang was going at it hammer tongs and paddle, comfortable in her wetsuit protecting her from the 12-degree waters of the Atlantic. When the Hawaiians invented stand-up paddleboarding, how can they have foreseen the new poster girl for their sport would be this gung-ho glamour girl from a landlocked metropolis in Africa?
Well done.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, nothing like a late afternoon board meeting, right?
Absolutely.